Welcome to 8.5, where we get to talk about variation functions. The first one we'll talk about is direct variation, and this is going to have a formula that looks like y equals kx. And in this scenario, y and k are two numbers that are compared to each other. Y will vary or change directly as x does, so we can use, we can use proportions to figure that out, or just simply the direct variation equation, y equals kx. So how this works, by the way, k is just how they're related to each other. So typically the way this would be written is that y varies as x. So if it says r varies as t, this is saying r equals k t when you go to plug that in. So the first thing you're going to need to do is find k. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this negative 20 and plug it in for r. And then we're going to take this 4 and we're going to plug it in for t. So this is a pretty straightforward equation to solve. I'm just going to divide by 4, and I find out that k equals negative 5. So then what I'm going to do, it says find r. That means I don't know what it is. R equals, plug in negative 5 for k, negative 6 for t, and it looks like my answer is 30. Okay, that's all you do for direct variation. If I have joint variation, that means I actually have three variables, x, y, and z. So this equation here, and again, it's going to start, again, we use different variables, that's fine. R varies with v and t, so that means I'm going to have r equals k times v times t. So find r, here's what's kind of complicated. It says find r when this information is happening. If this information is true with that stuff, you're actually going to have to use the second half of this sentence first. So 70 equals, I don't know what k is, v is 10, t is 4. Why do I do that? Because I don't know what k is. So I need to start with the example that gives me all three variables, r, v, and t, whereas the first one doesn't tell me r. So that's how I knew to start on the second half of this. So this is pretty straightforward from here. This is going to be k times 40, right? Because 10 times 4. And of course, to get rid of multiplication, I need to divide. And I would leave this in fraction form. Simplified, 70 divided by 40 is just 7/4. Now you can plug this in. 4k. And v, it says v is 2. And it says v is 8. I'm sorry, t is 8. So now I can just plug those in. And the answer is 28. So that's joint variation. Last but not least is going to be inverse variation. And that formula looks like this, where x times y equals k. And the other way you can write that is that y equals k over x. I tend to like to write it this way, with the x times y equals k. I don't know why, I just like to do it that way. By the way, that introduces some of these crazy graphs again. The other ones were straight lines. We're not going to actually do any graphing though, so moving on. X varies inversely as y. And x equals 24 when y equals 4. So 24 times 4 equals k, if it's x, y equals k. So 24 times 4 is 96. And what I'm going to do is take that and now plug that in. It says find x when y equals 12. So it's x times 12 equals 96. And of course, to get rid of the 12, I need to divide. And x equals 8. Okay, so those are the three we're learning today. And that's it.